Hi class, I wanted to give you some video feedback. I will try and go as quickly as I can. I've looked at these, but what I want you to do is look at everyone's because that's how you will learn the most, all right? Calvin, looking through, this is a great start, and that's for everybody. Everybody has really done a beautiful job just getting this right out of the gate, basically after 1 week. So kudos there. I'm going to go through, and for you, Calvin, there are a couple of things you want to definitely highlight your work that is really strong. This one isn't the same formatting as these, and so it's not laying out the same. This has a little bit of a overlap too, where it would need to be cropped just a hair, and those are the things that you're going to look for and details. This is template. I want everybody to make sure you remove anything that's template and make sure that things are centered. This really only needs to be in one place, either at the bottom where you have it or at the top. This, let's make that one line that just says photography. Then I feel like this needs to link to something. Make sure everything is centered. Again, the navigation isn't quite centered. This, I believe, is not working, so you don't need that right now. Let's disable that, and this will be at the end where it belongs. Let's remove this, and if you're going to use this logo, then you need to use it and not have it in this image. Okay, it needs to be part of the uploaded logo. I love that you have, what you do right away. Okay, we talked about that. Your anchors are working, and that's great. Just a little bit of cleanup. Okay, all right. And mostly this. I did look at your mobile, and that's where you're going to find your logo is going to matter, right? So we're overlapping text, so we don't want to do that. Probably could fit here nicely and work. Okay. Here you may want to left a line, and this gets a little long. Okay, all right. Great start. Okay, and for this one, I really loved the color in the logo. After the home page, I would move this over to here, and I would take this off, let this be your home page, because it's breaking the page up oddly with this background and this shape here, and I would just have this on your work page and not have your logo there. Okay, so your home is like this, and so is your work page. They're very similar. I would take this and break it down to videographer. Okay, I wouldn't have 3 lines here. Let's see. So this is going to be fine on your home page. Move this over to just your works page and bring it up a little bit. Okay, and this is working really well, but still just one word there. This is a little small, could be a little bigger, but it's a good font choice. Yeah, so this is going to be gone. And I know you like how that's moving in, but we're not using this space to showcase your work well enough. So that moves, this comes up, and your work gets a little bigger. Okay? Okay. So this is okay. It doesn't. I don't know about having this move in. It's probably better just by itself. But I know you're being consistent there. All right. I'll let you think about how that will work. Okay, that's left a line good. You probably just remove one paragraph. Okay, so just a little simplification. I do like this logo. We just want to make sure that your work isn't secondary, okay? And this is a little too much text. All right, terrific. Okay, nice. I really liked this video. This definitely has to go through a grammar check for sure, okay? You want to say I'm a cinematographer and that you now reside. Okay, so go through that with a grammar check. Close the space up a little. Just use one or the other. Move your social media into a group them together. This says portraits, but it looks like tabletop and in product shot. Just clean this up a little bit. This can be either this color or a little darker. This definitely needs to be darker and aligned, and you already have these here, so you don't need them here, okay? And that, yeah. Okay, and this needs a little space. It's a little tight here. Let's just have the contact at the end. It always goes at the end. And this is very interesting, but it's the resolution. It's a little too large for this resolution in places. Let's bring this down. I think you may want this to try bringing it down. If you need to, you can have a black or gray footer. This would need asset guide, something to tell us more about it. Okay, we're kind of changing around. I do like that you have a blog because that's a way to showcase your work and talk about different aspects of it. This is getting stacked oddly. Okay, so probably it needs to align. Okay, contact goes at the end. All right. Terrific start. I can't see your mobile, so you'll want to use your Get Feedback link. Okay. Let's remove all of the template. I'm not sure you need this. I see that you have two different things going on here, and so that's interesting. But I think you want to start with this. Okay. Just right at the very top. Take out all of that. And any placeholder images we want to go. Your asset inventory is your own personal list of assets that go on your site. So we don't need to say that. It's just going to be your projects. Let's close that up. This looks like really fun. But let's close it. I'm not sure. Blue is best. Let's left align that. Okay, so these are great. This is really great. Just make sure they're all yours. Maybe that needs to left align it and say projects or portfolio. Left align this. Okay, left align. It's looking good. All right, terrific. And left align this. A little more space here. Take this out. Consider just putting this up here, goals, dreams, aspirations, ... instead of quoting yourself. Okay. Or, take off the quotes and your name and have it there. Okay. Okay. We have this in two places. We only need it in one. Close that just a little. We have it in three places. All right. Terrific start, though. Okay, a lot of stacking there before we get into real content. Okay. Again, that's what you want. Close that up a little bit. All right. Great start. Okay, so this one is very straightforward, and I think what you want to do is just have this be your homepage. If this is all one word, nevertheless, close up your kerning a little bit, space between letters. If it's 2 words, then you definitely need to close up on the left and write just a hair. Try not to be too different from here, but it's really spaced out a lot. I like that you say exactly what you do. But let's move your show reel just to here. I do love how you have your asset guide. That's perfect. But you might want each larger with a little something under it. This background is competing, and when you can go through and shorten these names a little bit. It might look better, but you may want what you have here, this color with this right here, and your reel. Left to line, it's all working, and good. All right, so it's simple. You want to reflow this, right? The productions, it may be smaller here so that it fits on the line. That works here. So just go through, double check, make some choices, but it's strong, and I hope that it stays as simple as it is. Okay, I think what we want to do here, Jason, is give you more of a home page. So because this feels like it should be your home page, but it's your portfolio, let's have the same amount of space before and after on your headers. This is a difficult header because of this stroke is very thin. And let's just have a contact page and a bio page either before or after your portfolio. I do like this, but this looks like it's sort of added on and it's additional scrolling. So let's just move that to the contact page, and that will be fine with your social media icons. They're a little crowded here. This would probably need to be larger. Okay. Great start. I can't see your mobile, so make sure you're checking that and send your Get feedback link in the future. All right? Okay, James, I want to make sure that you are highlighting your writing. So under projects, you could perhaps, have a little bit about something that you have started writing. I know you have things and you want it to be perfect, but I want you to go through the process of maybe self-publishing it. You can use another name, it doesn't matter, but just go through the steps of doing it, okay? And think less about the work itself. This is very narrow. It probably needs something that's broader, unless you want to trim this off a little bit. I don't know how large you can get that. But it definitely needs an asset guide for these. That will help it. Okay. And good, simple. I think because this is over to the left a little bit, either center it or put it all on one line. Okay. This, I think, may need to be easier to read, so it may need to be dark with a lighter circle. It's legible when we go over it, but we can't easily make it out to click on it in the beginning. So I think a footer for you with some social media, at least your LinkedIn, and if you don't have one, then you should. There is going to be a blend coming up on creating, a LinkedIn profile. So you guys might want to check that out. You'll find those blends are at 1 o'clock on Fridays, of course, and they're in the We Are in CBS calendar, virtual calendar. All right. I really loved where you were going with this. It's strong. Let's put your about on the left, your works in the middle, and your contact to the right as a web standard. Social media icons, at least your LinkedIn, would still be important. I liked the colors and the way you had things laid out. Not a lot to say about it. Do go in and make these colors, take that side off, that trim off, so the thumbnail works a little better. Consider whether you want to align these with some of your images. We have a little more space here than here. So let's just be consistent with that. I was thinking that maybe you just say that you were born in Monterrey, Mexico. You could say you're Mexican-American from Monterrey, Mexico. But to also say that you're a woman, that you were born as a woman, could be confusing unless you go into talking about, if there's some sort of reason to mention it. But the writing is interesting. And I do like how you've done this. I like the colors you've chosen. They work well. You do well with color. Okay, so on your mobile, I think this may have to be a little bigger, a little clearer. This font may not be the best for you. So think about that and clarity. If you're going to have a C like this, you may want the D to be like that. All right. Love where this is going. Very strong. Think about whether you want that red. You're just going to go through and, look at the flow of your lines and things like that, and how they should go. Yeah. All right. Okay. I want you to notice, Michael, how this works well on just a still. And you want to take off at least a paragraph. When we go to your desktop, it's going to be a little dicier. So as this moves through, I think what you want to do is bring this up a little bit, your show reel, but also just grab a still of this video. It slows it down, and being a videographer, you're going to have your own videos up, and you don't want to share space with this background video, which is just going to slow your site down. This is great how you tell us exactly what you do. It's easy to read your name, except when we're moving through the white clouds. So let's just take a still of that part where we can read it, okay, and make that your background. Let's take this out and put it a little more traditional location, because we're not really allowed to play with the icon logos of Twitter and things like that. So this, I think, I said on your home page, I don't think it belongs. I think it belongs only on this page. And you want to bring that down a little bit probably. So this sits right there. And as you can see, it's very hard to read this. So that, again, you're going to need a still and remove these. Okay, otherwise, it's very clean, and I like it. Let's move that either to here or here. But a still background is going to work for you, okay? All right. Okay, Nicole. We want to, let's remove a little bit of this empty space for sure, and anything that is placeholder or blank. Okay? Just a whole lot of white space that we don't need. It's a little too much scrolling. It's too much scrolling. So, this could be just like that, and that would be sufficient. That's all you would need on this page. Okay, as we go through here, this can be put on something that is far simpler, even if it's just down here with all of it. But less is going to be more in this situation. Let's disable the blog because there is nothing there at the moment. And this is fine. We just want to bring it up a little bit. Okay. I don't know that you need a subscription. That's taking up a lot of space. And right now there's nothing in your blog, so consider not having that. And focusing on your LinkedIn and your works page. All right, really important. All right, again, I'm not able to see your mobile. Please send the get feedback link in the future. All right, Julie. There's a lot of empty space on the mobile, so you'll check that out. And a little bit of empty space here where it feels like it needs to come up a little bit. I think you can take out the works because it's just the portfolio. The blog is perfect. You've gone to the effort of putting all this in. I think this needs a little more space. If it goes there at all, let's take out one of these. I'm not sure this goes here. It's making this very deep, your footer. This, I'm not sure we need so many boxes. So think about if there's someplace else to put that. We don't have asset guides for this. I'm not going to say much about that. You guys check your images. Some of you have titles here that are just the run-on numbers, so update those. And this is all good. I love that one. I love this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one. And I'd love to see you start with that so that you're very selective about these. Like, just those would be great. Let's see. Let's take that off and just have your contact page is fine. The template contact will be fine. Link those up. Make sure you're going to a LinkedIn also. We have a number of different fonts there, so think about that. This could go to a page, which I think needs a little more layout. All right, so we're not scrolling so much, but this is a good font, easy to read. So, like you have here, Design for Life, this break and pattern, you could do that for your education and experience here. And then, I feel like this needs to come up a little. And then this button could go maybe, here, view my experience or something. But this is covering up. So drop downs are very tricky. I'm going to leave you to think about how you want to do that. You're a good designer. You can figure that out. Okay. And, it's possible that this goes someplace a little higher up. All right. All right. Terrific job. Just a little bit of layout here for this. You can see it starts down here. So, all right. Terrific. Okay, Amy. I think we want to make this logo larger if you're going to use it. Let's see it. And this is stacked quite a lot. So maybe you move your, either you move this or this. So this logo would be nice with gesture navigation. That would look good, a little bigger, their navigation. And this could come over here with freelance content creator underneath it. We want to be careful with our number of fonts that we have. We have a number of styles here. We only want 2. I think maybe gray would be a good selection of color for your social media. Make sure you have LinkedIn. Bring these down, possibly in the footer, and then take the white space out that would be there. Once you put your logo there, then this might work better. Otherwise, we just have a lot of rows here. So we want to think about that. I do love how clear this is, how legible that is. That was pretty incredible, actually, that you were able to do that. I do love how you have your asset guides and everything is in a grid. That's perfect. I also love how you have your logo on all of your videos. Okay. This may be a different font if it's going to be there. Okay, if that's how you're going to do it. And good. Nice and simple. Yeah, we talked about that. Maybe align this with this, bring it down. All right. And I can't see your mobile. But I look forward to seeing it soon, and I look forward to seeing your next iteration. All right. I was thinking here, what if you tried to choose one of these, not both, but one, and make it the same as that, the same width. I think we need to move this. It's competing a lot with this style of font, and this is sort of floating by itself. If this could come up and this could come under it, that might work for you. You could also do a CO dot, but I want to close this up so that we have groups. This has a lot of empty space. This comes up, and this may look good with this, but it's not working with this in the middle. That works, that font. Left align, we just have a lot of fonts going on, and the same thing with this font. The very narrow stroke makes it a little less clear. I do really like these, what you have here, and I love that you've used a phone mock-up. Those of you who are doing social media, that's a really great way to keep it clean and to showcase that. I like this. Try not to have one word on a line. And yeah, when this is gone, I think this is going to look better. This will look better. This is good. Nice image. Let's take this out and just have, this is sufficient. Bring that up a little bit. And your media icons down here. This page can come out unless you want to, use that content, but you already have an about page, so think about that. This definitely has to come out and link to your work. And this, okay, so simplify, bring your logo up here, your navigation up here, probably in a sans serif like this up here, and see how that works. All right, all right. Okay, so you're going to center some things. This is going to look good. All right, great start, great start. Okay, the thing I really liked about this is the color, and it's easy to read. This needs to have an S after offer, probably could be a little bit bigger, maybe a point or two. If you ever make this a logo, I'd love to see it in the blue and a little bit thicker maybe. Close up that space, and this has a lot of content. I'm wondering if you need that much, or if you can somehow have fewer lines. somewhere. If not, then that may be as good as it gets. I can see your logo here, more here, but yeah, this looks really good, doesn't it? These 3 paragraphs left aligned. Looks nice. Good font, can read that. I like the change from black to a deep navy. It's not jarring. Terrific profile shot. And we want to close this up a little bit. Okay, you have your asset guide. Good. It's nice and simple. Is this the best image from your thumbnails? That's what you want to make sure. And if they can all kind of work together somehow, that'd be great. Just something to think about. Okay. All right, we have this in a couple of places. We only need that in one. So maybe it doesn't go down here. That might help you. Let's see. Yeah. A little hard to read that. Maybe a bolded, but otherwise it's really strong. Very easy to read. I like it a lot. Okay. And this one was blank. Okay. Of course, you're going to move this and have your name either up here or just here. And I do like this a lot. I want this to become your brand throughout. This maybe could be a warmer yellow instead of a lemon-ish yellow. Update the date there. I'm going to let this go. Not too hard to read, but make sure that you're using a grammar check. Also, break this up a little bit next time you're in Photoshop, okay, so we don't know it's Coke. Because as you graduate, you won't have rights that you do as a student. Make sure everything is yours, and you'll need an asset guide. This we can tell it's a iPhone because it's Safari, so you may want to rethink that and try and get rid of this background. Sometimes these white blocks are there because sometimes you can get rid of it if you just eliminate or delete the formatting. And this, of course, needs some padding around it. So it's nice and simple. Just going to have your name up here, and you're going to have your LinkedIn for sure, okay? And you can make one if you don't have one yet. You'll need a list of skills, and by that I mean that's what your asset guide would help with, where you can say Adobe Illustrator, or what have you. Okay. If it's social media, again, try and use the mock-up phones. But I can't tell from landing on your site what your tagline is. Okay. I would have to read through to try and figure that out as a first-time user. So if you're media content creator, then that's going to go right there. Okay. All right, terrific start, everybody. I am so thrilled with how far you've come so far. And if you just keep setting time aside for this, you won't have to go back after you graduate. You'll have it ready, all right? All right, everybody. Have a great week.